Hey everyone, today's episode is all about games under $2. To me, these are the best values on the eShop a lot of the time. There are so many great games out there for less than a cup of coffee that can give you hours and hours of great gameplay. So today, let's take a look at a few of them and see if we can find a game or two that piques your interest. Welcome everyone and thanks for watching the video. I'm JP and this is Good Talk HQ. To the extended family, thank you as always for the love and support you've given us here at the channel. It means the world to us. And if you're new, welcome to the channel. We cover Nintendo Switch content every week and we live stream with our viewers to hang out and play some games together. If you enjoy the video or we find you a deal or two, please consider subscribing to become part of our wonderful community. We'd love to welcome you. Plus, it'll qualify you for the eShop gift card giveaways that we do near the end of each month. All you have to do to enter is be sub to the channel, hit that like button down below, and leave us a comment so we can find your name and add you to the list. Oh, and at the end of the list, I'll show you how to access the Qubic game store so you can get some of their secret prices. Alright folks, without any further ado, let's jump into the list and try to save some money. Please enjoy the video. Alright, let's start off with Azurebreak Heroes. This is a single player action RPG offering a main story that should clock in around 3 to 5 hours or so. Now this one has a top-down view and gorgeous pixel art graphics along with a great retro sound as well. The game is a 2D RPG with roguelite elements and sees players battling otherworldly creatures, leveling up skills, and searching for a way to escape this demonic world. With 6 unique playable characters, random level layouts, and multiple endings, this is a great value for $1.99 and it's on sale until October 25th, marked down 72% to an all-time low of just $1.99. Next we have Akane. This is a single-player, arcade-style action game from Qubic Games and offers players roughly 6 to 7 hours of main story gameplay. The game is shown from a top-down view with amazing graphics and an even more amazing soundtrack. It's fast-paced and challenging. The pixel-style graphics used to create the vibrant city really look great on the Switch, and I bet it looks even better on the OLED. Basically, it's a wave-based fighter where everything takes just one hit to die, but you have to be careful because you can only take one hit as well. After a certain amount of waves, you'll face off against a boss, and this loops a few times until you face the final boss. This really is a great game, and if you still haven't played it, please check it out before the sale ends on October 26th. It's marked down 60% to just $1.99. But do keep in mind that it also qualifies for the secret sale from Qubic Games, which I'll discuss at the end of the video. That will actually lower the price for a lot of these Qubic games that are on the list. Akuto Showdown is a party-style game from Qubic Games with local multiplayer available for 1 to 4 players. Now this one is very similar to Boomerang Fu as far as appearance and sound, which to us was a good thing. Only in this one you have a wide variety of weapons to choose from, including both melee and ranged weapons. The game is of course designed with groups playing together in mind, but they also have bots if you're wanting to play solo. Just like with Boomerang Fu, you play to a certain score limit, and it's a blast. If you're looking for a fun party-style game, Akuto Showdown is on sale until October 26th, marked down 75% to just $1.99. Next we have Back to Bed. This is a single-player puzzle game from 2 awesome studios and offers roughly 3 or 4 hours of main story gameplay. In this one we play as Bob, and Bob has a problem with staying awake while at work, but an even bigger problem is Bob has a tendency to sleepwalk at work, which you might imagine can become quite dangerous. It's our job to guide him through these unique 3D puzzles to get him safely through the city, office, or wherever and get him back to his bed. Now, since this is a dream world, the laws of physics don't really apply here and the puzzles can really bend reality, which was awesome to see. The art and animation as well as the sound, it's all top notch here. If you're interested in these puzzle games, please check out Back to Bed before the sale ends on October 20th. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $1.99. Lost Wing is a single-player action-adventure game from 2 awesome studios once again and has a main story that should last players roughly 2 or 3 hours. Now this is a wildly fast-paced game where players will have to pilot their ship through some intense and colorful environments that can be quite challenging. The game features 3 unique worlds and at the end of each one is an awesome boss battle. There are also multiple game modes, multiple difficulty settings, online leaderboards, and more. One thing I will say to keep in mind is that there are a lot of flashing lights, so if you're sensitive to that kind of thing or intense speed, just keep that in mind. Otherwise though, if you're looking for a challenging game, consider checking out Lost Wing before the sale ends on October 20th. It's marked down 75% to an all-time low of just $1.99. Next we have Roombo First Blood. This is a single-player arcade-style stealth action game from Samurai Punk, and while the main story is only about an hour long, there's plenty of replayability here to give you much more time than that with the game. In this one we play as a robot vacuum and we have to defend our house from burglars. You'll be able to hack into the devices in the house, set traps, turn on and off the lights, and even craft makeshift weapons. Once you spotted the bad guy, you can ram into him, causing him to fall over, and then you have to vacuum up the mess, if you know what I mean. Once the house is protected, just be sure to clean up the mess so the homeowners are none the wiser. If you're interested in Roombo, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 23rd. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $1.99. Next we have They Bleed Pixels. This is a single-player 2D action platformer from Spooky Squid Games Incorporated and offers a main story that will last roughly 12 to 15 hours. The story itself centers around a young female protagonist who's struggling with their inner demons. This game does a great job of balancing acrobatic platforming with a simple one-button combat system. However, the game also rewards players for using more cleverly timed and precise attacks. The game also has a cool checkpoint system that allows you to use it almost like an item, and I can't tell you how many times I was excited to be able to drop that checkpoint at a safe place. Now this game is no joke, ultra challenging, so if you're into video game punishment, this one is for you. With all that said, I'd highly recommend you check it out. While the sale is happening until October 28th, it's marked down 87% to just $1.99, which is an all-time low and definitely worth that price. Toki is a single-player action platformer that offers players an old-school arcade feel and is accessible for anyone regardless of age. The main story isn't very long though, only lasted maybe a couple of hours, but the game itself is pretty fun to play. Now this is a remake of a classic arcade game from the 80s and has been entirely overhauled for newer fans, featuring lush environments to explore, hand-drawn art and animations, awesome music, and of course, like I said, that classic arcade feel. One great thing they added is an easy mode for younger players or for those that feel like the original game is a bit too tough. If you're interested in Toki, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on October 21st. It's marked down 87% to an all-time low of just $1.99. Next up, we have The Bug Butcher. This is a 2D arcade-style shooter for up to 2 players in local co-op from publisher Two Awesome Studios and will take roughly 5 or 6 hours to complete. Now you know this is one of our favorites, and it features fast-paced chaotic side-scrolling action with over 30 levels and 5 epic boss battles. There are loads of collectibles and upgrades to be found, and the game has multiple difficulty settings for gamers of any experience level. The visuals and sound are top notch, and there's a lot of value here. While on sale until October 20th, you can grab it up for just $1.99, marked down 75%, matching its all-time low. Blazing Beaks is a twin-stick shooter, again from Qubic Games, designed for 1 or 4 players in local co-op with a main campaign that will take players roughly 10 or 12 hours to complete. The game is a comedic spin on the genre and doesn't take itself too seriously. In Blazing Beaks, we have 10 playable characters, a few different game modes, all of which can be played either solo or with a group of friends. The dungeons themselves are randomly generated to keep things fresh, and there's loads of upgrades to find, but you have to be careful as they like to play games with you a bit and some items can harm you. If you like games like Enter the Gungeon, you'll probably love this one as well. It's not quite as tough, but it's definitely not easy either. If you're interested in Blazing Beaks, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 26th for just $1.99, marked down 87% to an all-time low. Next we have Dex. This is a single-player 2D action RPG once again published by Qubic Games and offers a main story that will take roughly 10 to 15 hours to complete. Dex features deep RPG mechanics mixed with great side-scrolling 2D action. I love games that offer dialogue choices as it makes you feel like you're a bit more involved in the outcome, and this game does a great job on that end. Another great thing about Dex is that it gives you a bit of freedom in how you play, and you can choose to go stealth, full combat, or even try to talk your way through sticky situations. There's a lot of content here and it's a great side scroller, so make sure to check it out before October 26th. It's marked down 90% to an all-time low of just $1.99. Legrand Legacy Tale of the Fatebounds is perhaps the best value on today's list. It comes to us from publisher Another Indie Studio and offers gamers more than 40 hours of main story gameplay. This classic style JRPG offers fully rendered 3D cinematics and a phenomenal soundtrack, fully hand-drawn backgrounds, charming characters, and again more than 40 hours of story. They've even added some neat combat mechanics, such as being able to set formations and use equipable items on the fly. This adds a fresh spin on the standard turn-based combat that we would normally find in these classic RPGs, and for me it was an amazing touch to an already great game. If you're looking for a great value, make sure to check out Legrand Legacy before the sale ends on October 25th. It's marked down 90% to just $1.99, matching its all-time low. Next we have Monument. This is a single-player FPS adventure game from D Games and will last players roughly 5 or 10 hours to finish up. Now this is an old-school FPS featuring classic hardcore gameplay that you remember, hordes of enemies, and a vast assortment of firepower. The only goal of the game is to send all of the evil spirits to the grave. Now this game looks and runs great on the Switch, and it was recommended to us from one of our community members a while back on the channel. Now this is definitely a dark game, but if you're looking for a solid FPS, please make sure to check out Monument before the sale ends on October 17th. It's currently marked down 72% to a new all-time low of just $199. Next we have Pixboy. This is a retro 2D platformer from Forever Entertainment and will last around 3 or 4 hours to finish up. Now this is an absolute retro arcade platformer stripped right out of the 90s. It looks, feels, and sounds like a Game Boy game, and the coolest part aside from the gameplay are the graphics. You can actually find and collect over 20 new graphical skins which change the game from Game Boy to Commodore 64 and so much more. The game features more than 40 levels, hundreds of secret rooms, and of course great platforming action. This is another game that was recommended by one of our community members, so please down below in the comments feel free to recommend whatever games you think we should check out. I appreciate it. If you're interested in Pixboy, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 17th. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $199. Next we have Polyroll. This is a single-player retro-style 2D platformer, this time coming to us from Spicy Gyro Games, and will take around 4 to 6 hours to complete. Players will jump and roll through more than 30 levels with unique enemies, hidden secrets, and challenging bosses. Equipped with our Super Shell, we'll set off on a journey across the land to save our friends from the evil Kaiser Kiwi. This game is oozing with charm and colorful bug-themed worlds that look great on the Switch. If you like old school platformers or this one looks interesting, please check this one out before the sale ends on October 28th. It's marked down to just $199, which is 70% off and an all-time low. Alright folks, we did this once before, but let's take another look at the Qubic Games secret sale. All you have to do to take advantage of the special offer is just go to the Nintendo Switch eShop, download the coloring book which is free, and once you have coloring book, a whole bunch of other games from the developer become available at a huge discount. So like before with Dragus Games when they offered their secret sale, as long as you've purchased or you plan to purchase any of the Qubic game titles, a secret list of games will open up at a huge discount. Games like Manaspark, Blazing Beaks, Akane, Dex, Zombie Blast Crew, they all drop down even lower than they are now, sometimes even under 50 cents. There are more than 60 titles on the list, so have fun and go crazy. If you want to access their game list on the eShop, just open up any of their games and then drill down on the Qubic games at the top on the left hand side in the top corner. Now in the background I'm showing a couple of videos of the deals, but you really do have to go see this for yourself in order to really get a full appreciation. I mean for $2 you can buy 3 or 4 pretty good games and have a great time. Alright folks, thanks as always for watching. If you made it this far just like last video, you're legendary. Thank you so much. To the extended family, one more time before you go, thank you again for being here for a few minutes again with us today as always. Please drop us a comment down below, as you know we love hearing from you and we love writing back, so we appreciate it. Thank you. For the new folks, I hope we helped you find a deal or two. I hope you enjoyed your time at least, even if you didn't find a game you liked. And please consider joining our family here at the channel. Like I say, we have an awesome community, plus it will enter you in for one of our free eShop gift cards at the end of each month. Again, all you have to do to enter is just be subbed to the channel, drop a like down below, and leave me a comment so I can find your name and put you on the current list. We're getting closer to Black Friday, so you know the deals are only going to get better from here, so just keep that in mind before you spend too much of your money today. As we get closer though, I promise to keep trying to find the best deals and bring you consistent content so you're always up to date. I do appreciate and respect your time. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us today. Alright folks, we won't hold you up any longer. We're going to let Little Man take us home as always. Stay safe out there. Bye everyone. Thank you again.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!